In a square loot room, using a shelf, if you carefully place the boxes, you can actually fit 5 of them. If you did it right, this 5th one won't stick through the door. You could also fit a tool cupboard, plus shelves and 4 boxes. When you're adding a shelf in triangle spaces, the game does allow you to clip them through the wall. This is a dead giveaway to raiders, so there's loot here. So don't do this unless it's a decoy room or something. Since the Twig update, where players can build anywhere, even in building blocked areas, double stacking your rooms is much less useful. They can just send 4 rockets in between them and take out both of the doors at once. Adding a wall frame and double door to your loot room is unnecessary. It actually hints towards the raiders that there is loot behind it. Unless you're in a huge clan that must have it for easy access, place a single doorway because all 4 boxes can still be accessed through the door. If you're planning on code locking your boxes, be sure to rotate them using R so the handle is facing inwards, so everyone in your clan can actually access the code lock. You should leave your loot rooms upgraded to stone. Sheet metal can be easily seen through, and raiders can tell where your boxes are. Floors should be upgraded to sheet metal, so they can't be easily pickaxed through. However, don't just leave one square under your loot room sheet metal. This is really suspicious and obvious that it's loot. Wait till you have enough to upgrade all the floors on one level. You should never upgrade the wall of a loot room to armored. It's very obvious that there's loot behind there. And never upgrade the doorway to armored. I've seen this done before, but it's still only 2c4 for the door. If you must use your high quality, use it on the floors, but be sure you do all the floors on a level so that one isn't sticking out. One of the worst things you can do is leave 2 main loot rooms right next to each other. This lets raiders knock 2 birds out with 1 stone. Don't add a main loot room below another main loot room either. It's a 50-50 chance they're going to be using rockets. And it'll blow open a hole and they'll see the other loot room. If you're in a really confined base and you have to have your loot rooms next to each other, at the very least put a sheet metal wall in between them so they can't be rocketed out at the same time. This forces raiders to use 4c4 instead of 4 rockets, which is much more expensive. Of course, the roof shouldn't be exposed like this, so they can use 4 on the top either. Some of the best loot room designs I've seen have multiple corridors going to each room, so there's no way you can damage each other with rockets. Each room requires up to 4 C4 to get to. The best base designs will have loot spread out in the corners, so it takes many C4 to access all of them. Many raiders use the doors to raid, assuming your loot's in the middle. But with it spread out, there's very little chance they'll be able to knock out every door in your base. It's a good idea not to upgrade your front door to armored. This makes it much more appealing for raiders to hit. Instead, leave the second door armored. And once you do get back into your base through the airlock, try leaving all your doors that you need open, not closing them rapidly so raiders can pinpoint where you store your loot. Leave them open as you're accessing them and at home, and then if you need to leave, go ahead and shut them. I've blown straight into loot rooms just by listening and scouting where they were moving around in the base. Leaving a ceiling light where your loot room is also a bad idea. They can be seen through the crevices of a door, as well as through a wall. Now, campfires are much more visible through the door and top, but they can't be seen through walls. Now, after all that is said and done, you should never make your base look more appealing than it's worth. Also, if someone really wants to raid you, they're gonna mine up until they've blown every single door in your base to find the loot. So there's really nothing you can do to stop them.